There was a pretty strong wind on the outside this morning. Not strong enough to create whitecaps, but when combined with the an uphill current, it meant that if I wanted to fish a specific rock, that I would catch a fish, and then by the time I was through unhooking it, I would have to paddle. I'd have to make a pretty good paddle back up my tracks to get on top of the waypoint again. Okay, in this scene, I'm using a 100 grams, 3.5 ounce teardrop shaped iron. And right here, over the years, I've used the standard iron to yo-yo yellowtail. So I know I'm in the zone. It's just a matter of me figuring out how to make this rod and this reel look to the yellowtail like it's a wounded fish, the same as that iron does. And I think it's going to take a long time for me to really feel like I really know what I'm doing. This year, I've added a slow pitch or jigging rod to the quiver. And while it was difficult for me to jig with metal in any depth, I was able to use a bucktail to catch a few bass, to get more familiar with the rod and the reel and the presentation. Bucktail dropped on a high spot. One thing that I'm currently struggling with is hand placement. I want to slide my hand all the way back against the trigger, but I find that I'm creeping forward because I want to use my fingers to guide the line, and so that I can lay it back on real smooth, and I just can't do them both at the same place. That's something I'm going to have to work on consciously, so that I figure out which is the best way for me. One thing that I have found that I really like is the braid that has the multicolors. It helps me see how quickly I'm bringing line in. When I do a quarter turn or a half turn or a full turn, I might put that line on all of my reels that aren't used for fin bait. I pre-package and vacuum seal 3 squid that are stripped out, and I'll use them for a number of things. Today I finish up the session sea rigging strips and casting them down with a half ounce, it might have been a 3/4 ounce bullet sinker. With every drop I caught a calico. A few were legal. It was a good way to finish the session before heading back in. At around 10 o'clock, I started paddling back in. That's all for this week. This is John Poblock saying goodbye.